Now set to make his way to the ring fighting out of the red corner, Algieri.
Nice reaction for the man who grew up in Huntington, New York on Long Island, about an hour's drive from Barclays Center. Algieri said, yeah, I took big back-to-back fights. Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan. Says, I'm in a do-or-die situation. Says, sometimes that's not a bad place to be. Algieri making a change in his corner, picking up trainer John David Jackson, former world champion himself, who gives us his man's keys to victory tonight.
Victory tonight. Pressure, work behind a good jab, and keeping Amir off his game. Amir needs to be able to move and create distance. Chris has to cut that down and make him work harder than he wants to work.
Says a win will put him right back where he wants to be. Where he's most comfortable is right now in the ring.
And now making his way to the ring out of the blue corner, Amir Khan.
You are looking at a man who some boxing experts believe holds a lottery ticket. Win impressively here tonight, and some believe he's in line for a multi-million-dollar mega fight. Perhaps as Floyd Mayweather's next opponent. He joins up with his cornermen, the tall man there, Virgil Hunter, his trainer, with keys to a win.
Well, first and foremost, he has to stay calm and let the fight come to him. Study the situation, study the posture, hand positions, the intentions. Relax. Don't be in such a rush and a hurry. And systematically begin to approach the fight in a way that he could continue to progress as the rounds go by. If he can do that, he'll be successful, possibly early.
Told you this man's a global figure. 10 years ago, he turned pro. 5 years ago, he made his American debut right here in New York. A lot of this crowd seems to be an Amir Khan crowd. Will we see the fastest fists in the sport as he promises?
Here in Brooklyn, New York, the time has come for the Premier Boxing Champions main event of the evening, live on Spike. 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. First, out of the red corner, wearing the black and blue, his professional record, 20 victories, just 1 defeat, 8 wins coming by way of knockout from Huntington, New York, introducing Chris Algieri. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the red and blue. The Olympic silver medalist as a professional stands with 30 wins, 3 losses, with 19 victories by way of knockout from Bolton, Lancashire, England. Introducing Amir Khan. And the referee in charge of the action, Mark Nelson.
Saw the leather jacket being taken off of Amir Khan. The leather jacket made with blue crocodile, I am told. For reals.
I have no response to that.
I have something else to tell you about his outfit here in just a bit before we get the referee's instruction. Our referee, Mark Nelson.
Gentlemen, you've already received my instructions in the dressing room. You both know exactly what I expect. Please give me a good, hard, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
All right. The talk is over. We are taped up. We are laced up. And we're set to go for the main event. Algieri, Khan. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a fight. Fight Clock tonight brought to you by the new movie Spy, only in theaters June 5th. Algieri in the blue, Khan in the red, white, and blue, representing the country he's fighting in, and of course his home country, the UK. Khan's waistband, if you see his name glistening right there, the Khan waistband, Swarovski crystals, I am told. He said he wants to put on a show. The outfit begins it. The crowd is electric in here.
Keep your head up.
Algieri claimed coming in that Khan is a sprinter, and Algieri was almost leaning towards, let's take this into the deep rounds and see if he can survive in the deep waters. Do you agree with that assessment as to the possible way this fight might go?
Well, I mean, I think Khan can carry, his stamina and his endurance 12 rounds. He's a consummate pro. I mean, he's one of the best in his division. I don't think that'll be a problem. I think Chris Algieri just going to have to put some level on Amir Khan in order to deter him.
And think about Algieri's last fight. First loss of his career against Manny Pacquiao. Started too late. Really, was kind of I'm not going to make these jokes about his strategy, but gave up 9 rounds and started too late. He has to learn from that performance.
Well, he was in there with a massive superstar like Pacquiao, man. I'm sure, for a young guy that come from a kickboxing background, that was just something that he wasn't used to. But he hired David John Jackson. I think he'll be a better fighter tonight.
Joke I wasn't going to make, the comments from his coach about letting him out of the box. He's not going to fight until later. That's not a good strategy. We can let a guy build up a lead like Khan intends to do.
Now, when you go in there with a guy like Manny Pacquiao, you need to equip yourself with the very best of everything. That means including your training.
Both fighters letting loose with some combinations early on.
Guys. Break the punch. On the best. Come on. Come on. Break clean, guys. Break clean.
You can tell it's tightly wound here in round 1. Both men aggressive at times.
I said it, his trainer said it. Algieri needs to get that jab going to disrupt the speed of Amir Khan.
Yeah, you can see that speed is evident, man. He's getting off 2 and 3 punches before Chris Algieri can even, counter anything.
We asked Virgil Hunter how fast is his fighter, Khan. He says if you ask Khan to count to 5, he'll do it like this. 1-5. Oh, good hand! Algieri got one through. Khan was staggered and then tried to act like it wasn't. But another shot through by Algieri staggers the Brit. And back comes Khan with a combination. Good action here in round number 1.
Algieri coming out immediately to the center of the ring. He's showing confidence in round 2.
And that's what you really don't want a guy like Chris Algieri to have, is confidence, because that's going to make Amir Khan's job much more harder.
You talk about the hand speed of Amir Khan. You talk about the footwork of Amir Khan. He doesn't use them at the same time. He tends to set his feet, throw a combination, and then angle out. He doesn't move as he punches like Pacquiao did. So if you close your eyes and throw a right hand or throw a left hook, he'll generally be in front of you when he throws.
Yeah, Pacquiao has an unorthodox style. Yeah. It's not your traditional boxing, straight up, American style boxing. Amir Khan mostly does. So it's going to give Algieri some opportunities here.
There you see the lightning quick fists on left-right combinations delivered by Amir Khan. Guess who's watching, fellas? The great one, Sugar Ray Leonard, watching. Here we go, hashtag Khan Algieri. Sugar Ray, our PBC partner over there on NBC side.
Khan very accurate with that right hand.
You see Algieri trying to set up that sneaky overhand right, but he's got to focus on his jab. That front hand is something that can slow Amir Khan down.
You have to hit Amir Khan mid-combination. He tends to angle out after he throws. He's out of there. He won't be there if you wait too long. You got to throw mid-combination. That's what Danny Garcia did. That's how you put him on his butt.
And how you neutralize speed, you throw when the guy throws. You match his speed by putting him on the defensive end. A guy that's fast don't like punches coming back at him when he's throwing.
Khan's accuracy with that right hand. He's landed over the top quite a few times. That's what I mean about moving out.
Both fighters demonstrating good movement to get out of trouble.
What does Chris Algieri has to do to win rounds, because he can't find himself in the hole he put himself in against Manny Pacquiao.
He's been effective in spurts. He's landed one punch, jab, the right hand. But Khan's throwing 3, 4, 5 punches.
I don't like the way Khan is throwing that looping right hand. It's not coming straight and precise like he was throwing earlier.
Algieri described himself as a pretty calm guy. He said the whole atmosphere of a mega fight with Manny Pacquiao, the traveling over to China for that fight, the crowd, the whole buildup to it may have gotten to him. He said it didn't faze him leading into this big fight here tonight. And he says he actually loves the crowd to be able to pick him up from that calm status that he has. Algieri and Khan tie up to end the second. Thousands of fans packed into the Barclays Center, as loud and electric as we've heard it all throughout the evening, as Amir Khan and Chris Algieri barely wait for the bell to start round number 3. We're back at it here in Brooklyn.
I think Algieri knows he's got trouble winning a boxing match with Khan, but he can win a brawl. That's what he's trying to make it.
I like the way Chris Algieri has came out and been the aggressor. And he caught Khan with a couple shots there. But he has to break his head a little bit more. You can't stand straight in front of Amir Khan and expect not to get hit.
As we saw in slow motion right at the end of the last round there, that Khan will get it through even if you've got 2 gloves right in front of your face.
Khan throws a 1-2 as fast as most fighters throw a jab. It's on you instantly.
Big left hand lands for Khan. Algieri tries to fight back. Khan covers up momentarily.
Well, Algieri's fighting back all right.
He is. Trying to make this a war, but Khan is showing that I don't care. I'll stand in the pocket and trade with you.
I'll tell you what, guys. I was kind of, skeptical about the style, but this is an action-packed fight, and I'm telling you, I didn't expect all of this.
Yeah, both guys known as boxers, not necessarily punchers, but Algieri willing to wade in.
And you know why? The stakes are high, man.
Champ, when you and I were talking about the hand speed of Amir Khan, we were sitting down figuring out who he reminded us of. We both said Meldrick Taylor, the way he throws combinations. Well, Algieri has to play Chavez. Wade in, throw big punches, cut off the ring. That's what he needs to do.
I don't know if he can play Chavez.
I don't know if anyone can play Chavez, but that's how he has to fight.
Yeah.
I was trying to hear the chant that was just going on there a moment ago. I think that's Algieri that they're cheering and chanting.
Their guy's looking real good right now. He's making Amir Khan back up, and that right hand is barely missing. Remember, John David Jackson told him this was his fight plan. He has to back Amir Khan up. Don't let him get comfortable and sit there and dictate the pace.
Whoa!
That's why I got a bald head, man, because when you got hair on top of the head, it looks a lot worse.
It shows the whiplash action. Oh, and both fighters come together and land punches. Another left lands by Khan. Algieri throws back. 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd round.
Algieri's sending the message, I'm here to fight. I'm not intimidated by Amir Khan.
Algieri's round. It might be Chris Algieri's round.
We got a hot one here in New York. A Piven prediction as we begin round number 4. Look at Algieri's been in wars his whole life. Started off in karate when he was a little kid. He was a high school wrestling champion. Switched over to kickboxing, became a champion in that respect. But he said some of the scrapping he did was when he was a kid. Grew up in a house with 7 boys. Said we used to fight, push, punch each other, choke each other out even. You want to scrap? This is the guy that can be your dance partner. Our unofficial scorekeeper, Steve Farhood, Brooklyn native, joining us, has it 3 rounds to none, Amir King Khan.
Now, Champ is ready to jump over me and start fighting Steve Farhood. about that third round. We're all friends here, champ. We're all friends.
You know what? That was the only, Chris Algieri was the boss in that round. He made Amir Khan back up. He landed some good shots. Amir Khan also had his moments, but I had to give that round to Chris Algieri.
Step clean. I want a clean break. Step back. Step.
Well, we'll start the ring up. You guys can settle it in the ring.
I'm going to say, Mark Nelson asked for a clean break. So do we, between Tarver and Farhood.
Amir Khan boxing brilliantly. Algieri trying to make it ugly and dirty. Oh, nice left hook. Another good right hand. I think it's important to keep in mind, Amir Khan, a silver medalist, an outstanding amateur at 17. He's been under pressure his entire career, under the spotlight his entire boxing life since he was 11. He's used to pressure.
The British love their boxing like Americans love their boxing. When you win a medal for your country at the age of 17, the youngest British Olympic boxing medalist in the country's history, you are thrust into that. You don't get an audience with the Queen unless you're that. So he's used to this type of stuff, as you just said.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's no doubting this man is a gift and a talent to boxing.
Algieri trying to take away all that experience, make it rough and tumble. He's landed some good shots in this round.
Yeah, he got to put more than one together, though. Don't try to go for the knockout. Just let your hands go.
Another good
one. Algieri landing some scoring punches here in round number 4.
But Khan still throwing effective combinations. He almost never throws just one.
Yeah, Khan's looking good. Algieri's looking good. He's found a home for that right hand.
And there, if I'm hearing it correctly, is the Algieri chant from this Brooklyn crowd. Khan spent some of the afternoon at a New York mosque. He is a devout Muslim. And some of the ritualistic prayers that take place on Friday afternoons, even on fight night, Khan said he would take part, then come back to the hotel, take his nap, make his way into the arena.
I think we still have the same question, champ, that we had early on in the fight. How is Algieri going to win rounds? He can land punches, but it's hard to win rounds when Khan is out-throwing him and outlanding him. He's had moments, but is that enough to win rounds and the fight?
I mean, he's looking good. I mean, he's in this fight, and, so you can't never tell how the judges have it. I mean, Amir Khan looked like he's controlling the action, but like I said, Algieri has had some moments.
We're thrilled that you folks are joining us here live on the television side, but you can continue the conversation over on social media for news and updates on PBC. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or visit PremierBoxingChampions.com. Sugar Ray Leonard taking to social media earlier to chime in. We've heard from Mario Lopez, Rosie Perez. We scour for more interesting tweets as the rounds tick away. Speaking of which, Michael Chandler chiming in. Great hashtag PBC on Spike action so far tonight. Just wait until 6/19, June 19th, when I knock out Derek Campos live on Spike. That's a tweet and a promotion simultaneously. Well done, Michael. And a trip.
That's a trip.
A trip. Algieri wanted back into the fray. No, he wanted back into the fray. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to break once he came back up.
Khan is not having as much success with that 1-2, his signature 1-2 that he had early on. Algieri is timing it, and he's missing it. Looks like Chris Algieri is having an assertive effort to throw right when Amir Khan opened up.
I I believe I saw Algieri raise his hands briefly, almost as if to acknowledge the crowd and throw more. Well, we started the main event with one man who didn't want to look behind to a fight that he lost. One man in Amir Khan who can't look ahead to a potential mega fight with Floyd Mayweather, perhaps. We've had some of the fastest fists in the game flying tonight, and guts displayed by the New Yorker, Chris Algieri.
And not just guts, offense at certain times from Algieri. He's landed some great punches. He's not just in there getting hit.
No, he's in this fight, man. He's in this fight. And surprisingly, you know, he's been doing a lot better than I even thought he could.
And those fists get through there quickly, and there's 2 or 3 of them, Jimmy.
He has a combo in line before he starts throwing.
Yeah.
We talked about that. He already has 5 in line, and he'll throw them if the guy's there or not. He'll always finish up his combination.
We've been seeing Steve Farhood's work. Let's hear from him right now. What do you see so far here in round 6?
I see a couple of adjustments from Algieri. First of all, he's fighting a fight being the aggressor. That's really not his style. And he's doing it the last couple of rounds pretty effectively. The other adjustment I see him making, he's sliding under Khan's right hand. So I've given Algieri the 4th and 5th. The 4th clearly was Algieri's. The 5th was a close round. I have it 3 rounds to 2 for Khan.
And if Algieri wins this round, we could be looking at a tie fight after 6.
Going into the back half. Sign me up. Another left landed for Algieri as Khan backed away.
Khan can't afford to fall asleep on the job. You got to understand that Algieri is here to win tonight.
Step back.
It's safe to say all that medical school can wait because he's
Chris Algieri perhaps going for a doctorate degree down the road. Has his undergrad, has the master's degree already. Thinks about opening up a medical practice catering towards athletes sometime later in the future. You say put it on hold.
It's one of those things, Champ, you and I were talking about this. When you have a backup plan, we're talking about what you're going to do in the future.
A solid plan B.
Right. Do you still have the drive, you still have the effort for a long, tough fight? Algieri does.
Algieri is a man who told us he went broke to box. Several times when he was training and couldn't have other jobs, he was broke. He said he hit low lows. He made over $1 million in the Manny Pacquiao fight. As Khan picks up the action, Algieri's student loans all paid off, his future relatively secure.
Let him go, come on.
Furthering education, as you said, but still displaying the heart of a hungry fighter here tonight. We are through 6. Stay focused, stay poised, put your punches together.
Well, you know, the whole world knows Amir Khan can box, but we don't know, can he fight? I want to see him. I want to see a fight break out. Forget all the boxing, the moving. Hurt this guy. Stand still. Trust your defense and land those signature punches that you're known for. Can't say Chris Algieri is not there. He's not running.
Yeah.
He's there.
Both of these fighters have been there in fights past, even with sparkling records for both men. They've been dropped 8 times apiece in various fights.
You know, Virgil Hunter saying game plan, game plan, game plan. It's don't start brawling. Don't turn this into a war of power punches. Keep boxing. That's Virgil Hunter's game plan for sure. I don't know if you guys disagree, Champ.
Yeah.
You want to see him fight a little bit more.
I want to see him fight a little bit more because I'll tell you what, in order to beat a guy like Floyd Mayweather, you better know how to box and fight.
Well, the thing to me is, I don't think he needs to necessarily turn it into a fight, but sit down on some punches, make Algieri back up, give him a reason to not be so aggressive, because right now he's not giving him that reason.
I mean, when I say fight, I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta draw the line in the sand and say, you know what, mano a mano.
You're not gonna push me back.
We going for it.
They're up against the ropes now, trading punches.
Get your hands free.
With centimeters between them.
I know Algieri feels that this fight is very, very close. And it's going to continue to give him confidence that he can win this thing. He's going to take more risks as this fight goes on.
Watch your heads.
One thing Khan not doing, not slowing down the single punch. He's still throwing in combination well. Still showing good speed. Hasn't slowed down.
We know that right hand's been getting home because Chris Algieri is rubbing that left eye, and that could possibly be in danger of closing or swelling.
And now an Amir chant broke out momentarily here in Brooklyn.
Spontaneously and momentarily.
It was a contraction.
Beautiful stuff.
Again, those last two punches, he was on the way out as he was throwing. You just landed two shots. Sit down, go to the body, then come back to the head.
Be careful, step back.
Boy, Algieri just wants to dive back in instantaneously after a break, almost every time.
Here's the bell, obey the bell.
Less than 10 seconds to go here in round number 7. They separate.
He might be fighting out of character, but he trained them well.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment. He's fighting great. A lot of people didn't expect him to last 8 rounds with Amir Khan. He's very much in this fight.
Oh, big right hand followed by a left by Algieri.
I knew he was setting that overhand right up. It was just a matter of time. But can he follow that up with a left hook?
And also Khan under duress when he's been hurt in previous fights. He doesn't clinch, he doesn't run, he doesn't hold, he stands and tries to answer back. Not always a good instinct to have.
Combination and a counter.
And I'll tell you what, you always wanted your fighter to be aggressive. And Chris Algieri is having effective aggressiveness. He's landing hard shots, and he got Amir Khan out of his game right now.
Getting a little dirty there for a moment. Back to Steve's scorecard. 3-round advantage for Amir Khan. The 4th and 5th he has for Algieri.
Algieri just landed a beautiful kidney shot to the left side of Amir Khan.
Stop.
And we knew that Amir Khan took this fight because, you know what? Chris Algieri is coming off of fighting Manny Pacquiao. He wanted to do the comparison and say, hey, I can best Pacquiao over Chris Algieri. Can't say that that's happening tonight.
Nice sneaky right hand by Khan. One of his best punches, that lead right.
Don't punch. Don't. Step back. Step back.
Amir Khan, undefeated against fighters from New York, 4-0. Beat Luis Collazo, Zab Judah, Paulie Malignaggi, among others. He's got his hands full with this New Yorker tonight.
You can't say that Amir Khan hadn't fought practically everybody in the division. He has a who's on his resume. Who's next?
Get your hands free.
Now he can't worry about next. He's got to worry about Chris Algieri. He's put up one hell of a fight.
Yeah, who's now? That's
Get your hands free. Hands free, guys.
Ooh, right there. Both fighters are having great exchanges.
The crowd surges for the final 10 seconds of round number 8.
Step back. Here's the bell.
Both men continue to charge forward.
If you heard Virgil Hunter, he leaded with Amir Khan. Stop running, stay in there, be the boss. And that's what I've been asking of Amir Khan right now.
Get your hands free. Get out of there. Don't punch. I got it.
Our unofficial scorecard getting that much tighter. Last round from Steve Farhood, given to Chris Algieri.
The easiest thing to see in a fight, I don't care what kind it is who's moving forward and who's moving backward, who's being the boss. Khan, of course, landing effective punches, landing effective combinations, but Chris Algieri moving forward. And I think what Virgil Hunter's worried about is him stealing around with that aggression, whether it's effective or not.
Most definitely, because, you know, Amir Khan put a lot of pressure on himself before this fight. You know, just even being in here with a guy like Chris Algieri. So, you know, he has to perform, and that's what Virgil Hunter is pleading with him to do. He don't want him moving around the ring. He want him putting punishment on Chris Algieri.
Noticeable swelling underneath the left eye of Chris Algieri. Underneath the eye. Might not be a problem at this point. There is Steve's scorecard, as we said. Just gave the eighth round, to Chris Algieri, making it that much tighter on his scorecard.
Remember the Ruslan Provodnikov fight? His eye was a mess. It made no difference. He won that fight in this building.
Amir Khan having a lot of success in this round. He's staying close enough to get those effective shots off. Good jab.
Good right hand.
Don't forget about the hook.
Both of these men have fought more routinely under welterweight. What, if anything, does it mean that they didn't have to cut as much weight as they have in fights past or years past into the late rounds of this fight?
So anytime you don't cut weight, that means you're going to be stronger. You're not going to have the endurance problems that losing weight really zaps your strength and energy. So, you know, we can expect both of these guys to fight like this throughout this fight.
But the punch that will floor a junior welterweight or a lightweight will not floor a welterweight. You have to keep that in mind. You have to throw a lot more punches. You might have knockout power in one weight class. You move up, your punches don't have to stand on you.
Solid shot lands by Khan. They trade in the center of the ring as we come to the end of round number 9. The crowd loves it. Antonio Tarver, Jimmy Smith, Scott Hansen, Steve Farhood, Dana Jacobson, thrilled that you are joining us for PBC on Spike.
I think Amir Khan did what Virgil Hunter wanted. He was more aggressive in that last round. He sat down his punches a bit more. Is that what you saw, champ?
Yes, I did. He needs to do a lot more of that right there. See, before he would throw that 1-2, he'd be out of there. But now he's in range to land more shots.
Guys, this is where Algieri said he wanted this fight to get. Let Amir sprint. Let me get into the late rounds. He felt he would have more heart to overcome Khan later.
When you got a great trainer like Virgil Hunter in your corner, man, he's going to give you the right instructions. And Amir is smart enough to be able to go out and execute. Great fighter.
Step back.
Khan more accurate according to CompuBox in terms of volume.
Surprising though, Algieri is throwing a lot more punches than the fast-handed Khan. Both guys are doing some good work to the body.
Oh, nice uppercut landed. Algieri stunned for a moment, covers up and then throws back to the body. Khan answers with a couple of left hands.
Great exchange, but Amir Khan let him off the hook. I thought Chris Algieri, you know, was hurt a little bit by that uppercut.
If Chris Algieri thought Amir Khan was going to have a crisis of heart in the later rounds, he is finding out he is mistaken right now. There's no quit, and Amir Khan
left to the back of the ear of Algieri.
This is what Hunter wanted from his fighter, and he's delivering. He's sitting down. He's not running right now. He's fighting.
And Algieri comes back.
Algieri still, let me at him. That's been his attitude throughout this fight, and it's not changing.
Fantastic action here in New York.
Listen to the crowd.
Great fight fans here in New York. Proud to be calling a fight here, Scott.
Got it, me too.
sometimes, you know, it's great to be a classic boxer, great boxer, but sometimes you just got to be a dog in there, man. You got to put your heart on the line, you know, because this is how we eat, man. This is what, you know, we as champ. Oh.
Algieri with a right that pushed Khan back to the ropes, and he had to bail out. Final seconds of round number 10. Both of these men's chins have been questioned. I believe the questions have been answered. There has not been a knockdown through 10. Amir King Khan, Chris Algieri, delivering as promised as we head into the 11th round. Another round for Khan, according to Steve Farhood. 6 rounds to 3. 7-3 for Amir Khan on Farhood's part.
Two groups of people have been proven wrong. The ones that thought Algieri would fold early and the ones that thought Khan would fold late. Both these guys have been in this fight the entire time.
You know, Jimmy, it's been about 2 or 3 different type of styles of fights we've seen. And both of these guys have been able to make adjustments. And I credit that to 2 great trainers that are working with these 2 guys right now.
Yeah, if you're checking this fight out as a casual fan on free television, so let me see what this is all about.
You're sold.
This is what it can be about.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. You guys, they have brawled, they have boxed, they have moved, they've shown different looks, different variety of punches. Great stuff.
But who's winning? Does anybody guess?
I think Algieri is behind. I think to turn things around, he needs maybe not a knockdown, but some meaningful punches to turn the tide.
Oh, a knockdown will definitely help his cause. And a knockout will solidify it.
I got it. Step back. Step.
8 knockouts and 20 wins. Not known as a knockout guy. Not known as a heavy puncher. Does he have the tools to come back? That's the question.
If someone does it, they just have 4 minutes remaining maximum to get that KO shot. Algieri over the top with a right. Dazed Khan for a moment.
He got to follow that up with a left hook, though. He's landing that right hand, just nothing coming behind it. You're not going to, well, he's been knocked out before with 1 punch.
Khan has thrown excellent combinations. Algieri has thrown excellent single punches. It's like both guys need a little of what the other guy is doing to really seal this fight up.
You know what, though? I was expecting to see Amir Khan separate himself from Chris Algieri. I haven't seen a lot of that tonight.
Algieri's heart, Algieri's chin, or Khan's punching power? Question.
Being right here in this hometown of Brooklyn may be pushing Algieri to places he's never been.
Told us he was looking forward to ride that wave of emotion at a huge fight like this. We'll go to the 12th and final round. They touch gloves. They get to the middle of the ring. The crowd rises, and we're in the 12th and final round. Algieri with 2 punches that land.
And neither guy is stepping back. Neither guy is dancing, thinking they have it all sewn up. They're trading in the center of the ring.
It's going to be important that Khan, if he's going to be that close, he's going to have to get that chin down. You cannot hang your chin up while Chris Algieri is throwing these devastating shots.
Steve Farhood has a slight advantage, or maybe an advantage, let's put it that way, on his unofficial scorecard to Amir Khan. Do you think Algieri is in knockout or bust territory here in his own mind?
Well, he's trying for it, but I don't know, because Chris Algieri has landed the more powerful shots. And when the judge is seeing that, maybe Khan is landing a lot of good shots, but Chris Algieri has landed the most effective power shots, I believe.
It might not be the case that he needs a knockout, but he has to fight like he needs a knockout.
Right.
Get the knockout, and it turns out you were ahead, you still don't give it back.
Amir Khan looking really good right now, man. He's landing hooks, he's landing jabs, and he's landing straight rights.
And they now had 90 seconds to make a closing argument.
If Amir goes on to win this fight, I believe Chris Algieri has shown very, very well for himself tonight. A lot of times you lose, you got to get back in line. I think with a performance like this, he deserves to be considered for a big fight.
This is light years, galaxies away from the Manny Pacquiao performance.
Definitely. Algieri, I think he can put off medical school for a bit. I want to see him fight again.
And we still in his hometown. You know, we never know. These rounds have been really close.
Spoken like a man who has seen strange things in his day.
Like a man been robbed before.
Keep your door locked after you get robbed the first time.
Don't punch. I got you. Step back.
30 seconds left to go in the final round. The crowd recognizes, my broadcast partners recognize what they have seen over the course of 12 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your judges' scorecards. Your first judge at ringside, Don Ackerman, sees the fight 115 to 113. Your second judge, Joe Pasquale, and your third and final judge, Benoit Roussel, both see the fight exactly the same at 117 to 111. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Amir.